So, for something like 30 years now, Resident Evil has kind of been at war with itself. Is it this tense, slow burn survival horror, or is it this big, loud, high octane action blockbuster? Well, with its latest game, Requiem, it seems like Capcom has finally answered. It's both. The real question is, can a game beat two totally different things at once and still be amazing? Well, according to the critics, the answer is a big, loud yes.
I mean, listen to that. That is a huge claim. The ultimate expression of a series that's been around for 3 decades. So what is it that makes this the one? It all comes down to a central idea. Requiem is built from the ground up to be two completely different, almost contradictory, horror games playing out at the exact same time. The entire game is really just a tug of war between that pure fear and explosive action. And you know what? This conflict is perfectly embodied by the two protagonists you get to play as. Okay, so on one hand, you're playing as Grace Ashcroft. She's a brand new FBI agent, totally in over her head, and her parts are the super tense first-person fight for your life. But then the game flips, and you're playing as the legend himself, Leon S. Kennedy. The guy's 49 years old now, a grizzled veteran who's practically a monster-slaying superhero. And his gameplay? All third-person, over-the-top action. So first, let's break down Grace's side of things, which pretty much every reviewer is calling a masterclass in classic survival horror. This is where the game really wants you to feel that old-school, suffocating dread the series is famous for. Everything, and I mean everything in Grace's sections, is designed to make you feel completely vulnerable. You have so little ammo, you're literally counting every single bullet. Stealth isn't just, an option, it's pretty much a requirement to survive. And to top it all off, you're being hunted by this relentless new stalker called the Girl, who's gonna give you some serious Mr. X and Nemesis flashbacks. The whole point here is simple: make you feel powerless. And the psychological pressure, it never lets up. In a terrifying little nod to the classic Crimson Heads, even the zombies you manage to kill can come back to haunt you. They'll mutate into these faster, way deadlier blister heads. You are never, ever truly safe. Every single kill you make could have a price. And that just keeps the tension cranked all the way up. And then, right when you feel like that tension is about to completely break you, the game does a total 180 and puts you in the combat boots of Leon S. Kennedy. Leon's gameplay is the polar opposite of Grace's. This is just pure, stylish action. Basically, it's everything fans adored about Resident Evil 4, but evolved. You are loaded with ammo, the classic attaché case is back, and oh yeah, so are the roundhouse kicks. So forget feeling helpless, now you're the one the monsters should be running from. So this is the big question, right? How do you slam these two completely different styles together without giving players whiplash? Well, somehow, according to the critics, Capcom absolutely nailed it. And this is the secret sauce. The game is constantly switching between Grace's nerve-shredding tension and Leon's explosive action, and it creates this incredible rhythm. Just when the horror gets to be a little too much, you get to blow off some steam. And just when you start to get comfortable mowing down enemies, you're thrown right back into the darkness. Critics are saying this perfect pacing is what keeps the entire 12-hour campaign feeling fresh. And this entire experience is wrapped up in a seriously stunning technical package. I mean, visually, the RE engine is just at its absolute peak, creating these environments that are somehow both gorgeous and deeply, deeply unsettling. But the one thing reviewers cannot stop raving about is the sound design. This quote from Destructoid really says it all. The audio here is not just background noise. It's a weapon that's being used against you. It is designed to get under your skin, to make you hear every little creak, every distant moan in the dark. It's a huge, huge part of what makes Grace's sections so terrifying. So when all is said and done, what's the final consensus? Does Resident Evil Requiem actually live up to the massive 30-year legacy of this franchise? Well, the numbers pretty much speak for themselves. An 88 on Metacritic based on over 100 critic reviews. That is a huge win. This isn't just a good game, we're talking about a massive critical success for Capcom. But of course, no game is perfect. While critics absolutely loved the pacing and the blend of horror styles, they did have a few complaints. The biggest one, and almost everyone mentioned this, is the just baffling absence of the fan-favorite Mercenaries mode. For a game with such fantastic action, leaving that out just feels like a huge missed opportunity. Some longtime fans were also a little divided on some story changes that retcon a few things from the series' past, but that gameplay loop is what everyone agrees is fantastic.
Now, it's worth noting that your technical experience is definitely going to depend on your platform. While the Switch 2 port is a pretty solid effort, reviewers did mention some inconsistent frame rates. On the flip side, the PS5 Pro version is apparently a technical showcase, delivering a flawless 60 frames per second with ray tracing, and it even offers a 120 FPS performance mode. So if you've got the hardware, this game is really going to shine.
And this leaves us with a really fascinating final thought. For years, fans have been debating the true soul of Resident Evil. Is it survival horror or is it action? With Requiem, Capcom's answer is a definitive why not both. By perfectly fusing the two conflicting sides of its own legacy into one knockout game, they may have not only defined the future of Resident Evil, but set a new, maybe impossibly high standard for the entire horror genre.